Namaste. Thanks for joining me. We're going to get started on our backs on your mat. If there's any props that you want during practice, go ahead and grab them now. If you need water or anything like that, good time to get them. Other than that, go ahead and come all the way down on your mat. Go ahead and lay down. Plant your feet into the earth, knees up to the sky, and then arms out by the sides. Try to turn the palms up if that feels comfortable. Always the option to let the palms stay down if that feels more grounded to you. Go ahead and let the eyes fall heavier closed. Take a second right here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Nice. Starting to arrive into your space, onto your mat, and into your body. Begin to bring your right hand to your belly. And when I say belly, I mean the space between the belly button and your heart. So right there below the ribs, right hand rests, and then bring your left hand on top of that. So we're going to connect to this part of our body today. This part that is our gut intuition. The place where our inner fire, our inner light starts from. So as you stay here and start to settle into the body, I want you to feel what the breath feels like when you breathe into this space. Notice as you inhale, the belly rises into your hands, you fill up. You imagine as if that little light that's there inside you gets a little brighter. And then exhale, your belly falls to your spine, all the way into the mat. Let it go. Let the belly fall away from the hands. Feel what it feels like to empty out. And although the light might be a little dimmer on the exhale, it's still there. And you're here imagining this inner glow, this inner fire move with your breath. It's dynamic. The inhales to light up and energize, and the exhales to settle and to surrender. A few more breaths here. Allowing that breath to move through your body. Taking that light with it to all the places that feel like haven't really seen light in a while, maybe into this joint, all the way down into the toes and into the fingertips. One more breath in. Breath out. Bring your hands down by your sides once again. Press your palms into the mat. Keep the feet right under the knees, and on the inhale, roll your hips up to the sky, coming into bridge pose. Does not have to be the biggest bridge pose of your life, but lifting the hips off the mat and engaging through your thighs. Hold here and imagine that that light is shining up towards the sky. Take an inhale, lift up, and then exhale, roll shoulders, mid-back, hips down to the mat. Inhale, right back up, lift the hips, press your feet heavy. Use your thighs more than the glutes as you rise. Exhale, lower down. One more, breathe in, press your feet, lift up. Maybe you go a little bit higher, you shine a little bit brighter. Exhale, lower down. Bring your knees together, walk your feet to the edges of your mat, and let the knees fall side to side, windshield wipers away. Great job. Draw the knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little hug, an opportunity to thank yourself for showing up to this practice today and all that your body has done and will continue to do for you. Take a big breath in. And then rise all the way up to a seat. If you want to rock and roll along the spine or just roll over to one side, go ahead and come up. I like a cross-legged seat, but whatever feels best in your body. Sit onto your sit bones. So you're not rocking back onto the sacrum. You tilt the pelvis forward, your hips forward. Let the hands rest on your thighs. On your inhale, swoop your arms out to the side, reach up to the sky as if that inner light was shining up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bring your hands into your heart. Settle in. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands in. Keep it going, breathe in, lift. Exhale in, breathe into that spot. Imagine your light is shining brighter with every inhale. Reach, bring your hands in one more time. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart, bow your head, let your shoulders soften. Take a moment here. Set your own intention for practice, whether it's that one that's gonna find that inner fire for you, or maybe you've got something else going on today. But you showed up, you're here, you're ready to practice. That's the hardest part. Commit to staying here. Only you can do that. I can't do that part for you. One more inhale. Exhale, come to tabletop. Go ahead and roll over the knees and bring your palms to the mat. Let your shoulders rest right over the wrists and the knees underneath the hips. Start to make any movement here that feels good in your body. And the only way you know how to do that is to listen and then respond. Meet me back in tabletop. Find that nice long spine as you reach your crown forward and send your tailbone back. Feel what it feels like here to make this shape in your body. Press down through your palms. Feel strong in your core. And on your inhale, tilt your tailbone high, let your belly fall, lift your heart forward, cow pose. Hold here. Feel the palms press a little heavier as you lift your heart higher. You've got it. One more breath in, let the crown of your head reach towards the sky. And then exhale, tuck your tailbones first, hug the belly in and up to the ceiling, and then drop your head. Cat pose. You've got to move around. Feel free. Taking a breath to just find this shape. Maybe find a little bit more space. And then inhale, come to cow pose. Move with your breath as you rise. Lift up, shine your light forward. Exhale, come into cat. Look to your side. Make it dynamic, make it smooth. Breathe in, cow. Breathe in, cat. That's an exhale. Come back to neutral spine. Reach your crown forward. And then send your right foot straight back. So notice the shift of the weight. You're not sending the hips to the left though. That left hip stays stacked over the left knee only by firing up that inner core, right there where that inner fire lies. Dial your pinky toe down, and maybe you came to turn it on today. Reach the left arm forward. Find that final balance. Hold. Breathe. You've got it. One more. Hold here. So you know what happens on the other side when you give up, right? You set it down. But what happens if you hold? What happens if you decide to change? Last exhale, set the left hand down. Kick the right foot out to the side of your mat so that it's in line with your left knee. Looks a little something like this. Walk your hands forward. Come down into almost like down dog arms. Bring your ears in line with your biceps. Feel that nice stretch along the inseam of your right leg. Imagine that light is traveling down to your right heel as you find a little bit more space. Breathe in. Breathe out. Great job. Slowly walk your hands back under your shoulders. Let the right leg kick back and then set the right knee down under your right hip. Let's take it to the other side. That left leg is going to go straight back. Pinky toe stays down, and then engage your core. So hug the belly up and in. And maybe you want to add on, reach the right arm forward. Final balance, hold. You're here, you're feeling your power. You're feeling that fire start to burn in the core. You feel the work that you're putting in. One more breath in. Right hand comes down on the exhale. Kick the left foot out to the side. Your toes should face forward, and it comes in line with your knee. Walk your hands forward as you slide the hips back. Bow. Breathe here. Shoulders are soft. Heart is still proud, pushing towards the earth. One more inhale. Soften your left knee. Exhale. Great job. Rise up on the inhale as you walk the hands back under the shoulders. Kick the left leg back, controlled. Left knee down. Great job. Walk your hands forward, usually about 6 to 8 inches. Press down through the hands, press down through the palms, tuck your toes. Breathe in as you lift your hips high. Come into downward facing dog. Nice. So this first down dog of class probably begs for a little movement. So listen, take what you need, maybe bend the knees, stretch into the hips. But I encourage you to squeeze with the fingertips and press your palms a little heavier. So you're supporting your shoulders here. Yeah, let it feel good. I like to say that there's no glory in suffering through a yoga class. So check in with what you need. Go ahead and find a little stillness here. Breathe in. Feel the energy flow from your fingertips out through your heels. One more inhale. Exhale. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet. I know it feels a little bit different, but being mindful and moving more out of intention rather than habit. Meet me in a ragdoll fold. Opposite hand to opposite elbow. Let your head hang heavy. Once again, a lot of times this first forward fold begs for a lot of movement. So feel free to bend the knees or just shake the head yes and no. Releasing through your shoulders and through your neck. Spaces we hold a lot of tension. Take an inhale. Exhale, release the hands down to the mat. Maybe walk the feet a little closer. Maybe you stop at inner hip distance or come all the way in to big toes to touch. On your inhale, half lift. Hands will come to shins, maybe to thighs as you reach your crown forward. Think long spine, capital L, upside down. Exhale, fold. Lead with your heart as you drop your head. Breathe in, come back into that halfway lift. Shoulders squeeze, shine your heart forward, shine your light. Exhale, fold. Inhale, last time, lift halfway. Stay as you exhale, bend your knees, reach your arms straight back, palms towards the earth. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, almost as if you were gonna fly. Press down to your feet and then inhale, scoop the arms up overhead, reach up to the sky, come to mountain pose. Press down through your feet. Let your shoulder blades soften here. So notice if you've got shoulders right up by the ears, keep them soft. Make a little space. Feel your feet into the earth. Maybe lift your toes, wiggle them around, and then set them back down. You can inhale. Bring your hands to that space that we've talked about all class, right there in front of that gut feeling, right above the belly button. Press your palms heavy here. Feel the energy as it moves through your body. Feel yourself get a little taller as you reach the crown of your head towards the sky. Nice job. Inhale, keep the palms pressed together. Reach the fingers up towards the ceiling. Interlace all the fingers except for the index and thumb. And then go over to the right as you send the hips to the left, coming into a side body bend. Keep the weight pretty equal in both feet. And then inhale, come back through center, reach up, get a little taller, and then take it to the left. Keep your shoulders soft. Nice, maybe you add a little smile. Breathe in, come through center, separate the palms. Bend at the hips as you fold, come all the way to the earth. Halfway lift on your inhale, lengthen your spine. Walk your hands back to the front of the mat. We'll meet in high plank and hold. So 3 full breaths here. You're gonna start to feel the actual fire burn in that belly, but you don't mind. You know that it's energizing the rest of the body, energizing the rest of your life. Sometimes it's nice to see how strong we really are, right? It's more of a physical game than a mental game. So hold here. Breathe in, last time. Lower the knees if you need. We're gonna lower all the way to the mat. Belly meets the earth. Untuck your toes once we get there. Press down through your feet and then inhale, lift your chest off the earth for cobra. Everything from the belly button down presses into the mat here. And you use those spine muscles to lift. Little to no weight in the hands. Take a breath in. Maybe you come up a little bit higher as the belly fills and presses into the earth. Nice. Exhale, lower down. Great job. Palms plant below the shoulders. Tuck your toes. Breathe in, high plank. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Nice job. Take a couple seconds here, and then we're going to speed it up for a round, moving one breath, one movement, just to get that energy flowing, that fire burning. Press heavy into your palms. Let's take a breath in together. Open mouth exhales, release any extra heat that you don't need. And then on the next one, breathe in, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, hands walk back to your feet, to the back of the mat. Forward fold. Halfway lift on your inhale, lengthen, crown forward, tailbone back. Exhale, bend the knees, stay, reach your arms towards the back of your mat, palms down. Press through your feet, inhale, swoop the arms forward, rise to mountain pose. Exhale, bring your hands right in front of that heart space. Press your palms. Inhale, reach your fingers up towards the sky, get a little taller. Interlace them all except for the index and thumb, kind of like you were a little kid and playing with a toy gun. Take it over to the right, hips to the left. Inhale to center. To the other side, hips to the right. Nice job. Come through center, reach up, separate the hands. Lead with your shining light as you fold all the way to the earth. Halfway lift, breathe in. Walk your hands forward, high plank. Take your time. There's absolutely no rush. This is your practice. We're here. One more breath. Exhale, lower down. Only you know what you need. That's a part that I can't do for you either. Untuck your toes. Breathe in through cobra. Press your hips. Press your feet. If you feel too much compression in that low spine, bring your feet a little wider. Go ahead and lower down. Tuck the toes. Breathe in. High plank. Your core is strong. Downward facing dog. Nice job. 3 full breaths. Take what it is you need. Nothing else. Nothing extra. Nothing too little. Keep imagining that breath feeding and fueling that inner light. The place that you hold your desires and all things that you know to be true. If you've got the gift, you just need to go out and give them. One more breath in. Breath out. Nice job. On your inhale, the right leg will lift off the earth. Keep your pinky toe dialed down, meaning the hips should stay square. As you exhale, bring your right knee through and plant it in between your hands. Come into a lunge. Your hands are down on the mat. Go ahead and drop the hips just enough that you start to feel a little bit more length in that left leg. You can keep a slight micro bend in the left knee if you need. Stay here. You can let the chest rest on that right side. Just keep the legs engaged. Press down. One more breath in. The exhale is to slowly straighten through the right leg, but only to your degree. So you don't have to go perfectly straight. Maybe hip flexors or calves or thighs feel a little tight. You can go here. Drop your head. Feeling humble here. Letting the light shine towards the earth. Find a little bit more space, maybe a little bit more length in that right leg. Breathe in. Breathe out, bend into the right knee. Come into your lunge. Press down through your feet. Inhale, rise up. Come into a crescent lunge. Reach your arms overhead. If you feel wobbly here, I want you to take your feet wider. So to the right and left. If you need to, you can shorten the stance forwards and backwards. Just commit to keeping that right knee over your right ankle. Great. Arms lift up overhead, but then float them down outside, kind of in a T, but keep your palms facing forward, as if you were gonna give someone a bear hug. Don't we miss bear hugs? All right, inhale, I want you to lift the chest. I want you to think that you're expanding the arms. Your breath gets so big, you open up, and maybe you look up. And then exhale, round it in, reach your arms forward, round through the spine, gaze to the right knee. If you weeble and wobble, that's change happening. It's cool. Breathe in, open up, expand. Imagine the breath takes up all that space. Your light takes up all that space. Exhale, round it in, tuck the chin to chest. Let's do it one more time. Breathe in, open up. Take up space. Exhale, bring it in. Great job. Reach the arms up on your inhale, and then open up to warrior two. Exhale. Generally, we adjust the stance. Maybe go a little bit longer, a little bit wider. Right knee still stays over that right ankle. Press down through that left foot. Arms are in opposition. Yeah. So if you actually had a laser beam coming from that point in your body, where would it be shining? It should be directly towards that left side of your mat. Yeah. A lot of times I like to go forward. Shoulders right over hips here. Great job. Flip your front palm. As you inhale, straighten the front leg. Give it a break. Come into reverse triangle. Hold. Little to no weight in this back hand. So you're supported by your core. Nice. Take a breath in. Reach to the back of the mat. Exhale. Bring your hands to the earth. Step that right foot back to meet your left. Come to high plank. So if you want chaturangas today, that's just a fancy word for mid-plank. You go ahead and lower halfway down. Your knees can be there if you're working on it. Breathe in then through upward facing dog. That's the next natural movement, or cobra. Hop the feet into the earth, gaze forward, and then back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Those are 100% optional. Take them if you want, leave them if you do not. Generally, you'll see me hold plank or take them on my knees. They're all great variations, all gonna build strength and help you continue to show up. On your next inhale, let the left leg float high. Keep the pinky toe dialed down, and then step it through as you breathe out, left foot between the hands. Lengthen through the legs as you drop your hips forward and down. You don't have to go far though, only until you start to feel a little bit of extra sensation in that right hip. Press to the right heel if you want a little more. Press to the big toe mound of your left foot. Nice job. Breathe in. Straighten the left leg to your degree. Come into that nice modified pyramid fold. Whew. Maybe the side's a little tighter. That's okay. You can walk your feet a little closer. But know that that straight leg does not have to happen. Here for another breath. As you exhale, bend into the left knee, stack it over your ankle, feel firm in your feet, and press down to lift up. Come into crescent lunge. Nice job. Adjust your stance as you need. Always that option to go wider or longer. The beautiful thing about yoga is we find stillness, but we're never stuck. Reach the arms up first. Feel the core be strong. So there's no back bend quite yet. And then let the arms come out into the T. Keep the palms forward. Same thing as the other side. Inhale, expand through the chest, draw the shoulder blades together. Exhale, round through the upper spine, reach the arms forward. Inhale, expand, press through your feet. You've got it. You're stronger than you think you are. Exhale, round. Last one. Inhale to expand. Exhale to round. Awesome. Breathe in, lift the arms up overhead. Crescent lunge. Open up, warrior two. Great job. So same thing as the other side. Settle in, left knee over left ankle, and right foot parallel to the short side of the mat. Okay. Squeeze the shoulder blades just a little so that you lift that heart space, that inner fire, that inner light gets a little bit more room to shine. Hold here, breathe in. Stay, breathe out, flip your front palm. Inhale, straighten that front leg, tilt to reverse warrior, slide the hips slightly forward, little stretch on the inseams of the leg. No weight on that back hand. Breathe in, maybe look up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your left foot back to high plank, hold here, or lower down through chaturanga. Breathe in through up dog. Little bit of softness in the elbows, let your heart shine forward. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog, press it back. Great job. Take 3 breaths to rest if that's what you need. Whether it's here in downward facing dog, or maybe you're ready for a little child's pose. Bring the big toes together, the knees wide. Allow your forehead to connect to the earth. Continue to breathe. The most important part of this practice is that you stay connected to the moment. So find the breath that helps you do that. If that's an open mouth exhale, you do you. We're gonna meet back in downward facing dog. Take your time getting there. We're gonna breathe in together, fill all the way up. Feel the light of everyone else in this class, in this world. And exhale, let it go. Inhale with the right leg lift. Moving one breath, one movement, step it forward, low left. Breathe in, drop the hips, look forward, lift your heart. Exhale, slide the hips back, fold, come into that modified pyramid. Bend your right knee, stack it over your ankle, and then inhale, rise up to your crescent lunge. Exhale, hands come out into the T. Inhale, expand, open up, squeeze the shoulder blades. Make it as big or as little as you want. As you exhale, reach forward. Maybe this time you give yourself a hug. Inhale, open up. Share what you have with the world here. Exhale, bring it in. Save it for yourself. Last one. Inhale, open. Expand. Exhale, draw it in. Breathe in, reach the arms overhead. Exhale to warrior 2, adjust your stance. Flip your front palm, breathe in as you straighten your front leg, tilt back to reverse triangle. Exhale, palms come to the mat. Step your right foot back, high plank. Take chaturanga only if you want and need it, flowing through up dog or hold plank. Take a child's pose if you want. We all meet back in downward facing dog. We're gonna do the other side and then we'll rest. Breath in, left leg lift. Breath out, step it forward. Breathe in to drop the hips, press through your right heel. Exhale, slide your hips back. Nice job. Bend into the left knee once again. Rise to crescent lunge, arms reach. Exhale, arms tee out, palms forward. Breathe in, open up, lift your heart, expand. Exhale, round it in, chin to chest. Breathe in, open up, press the left foot a little bit heavier. Exhale, round it in. Last one here, you got it. How big can you make it? Inhale. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, arms reach to the sky. Open up, warrior 2, adjust your stance, settle in your feet. Flip your front palm. Inhale, straighten the front leg, lift up and back, reverse triangle, you made it. Exhale, palms to the earth. Step your left foot back, high plank. Take chaturanga only if you want and need. We meet back in downward facing dog. Great work. Take a breath in. Lower down, child's pose. Big toes touch, knees wide. Arms forward, forehead to the mat. Taking a moment here, halfway through class, a moment to check in. Let your awareness come back to that space we talked about earlier. Place that holds all of those gut feelings. place from which your inner gifts, talents lie. That inner light that no one can dim out. There's always a spark there, and that's all you need to start a fire. Take a breath in. Breath out. One more. Inhale. Imagine that light, that fire grow. Exhale. Share it with the world. Meet me back in downward facing dog. Press your palms into the earth. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips high. Great work. Take a breath in here. Breath out. On your inhale, let your right leg lift. Step it outside of your right hand. Come into a runner's lunge. Those are toes here. So the left knee is going to come down to the mat. Untuck your left toes. So if this feels like too much, know that you can always back out of it, coming up a little bit more, turning this left knee more into a right angle from the hip rather than dropping down. And if you've been to my class or watched any of my recordings, you probably know I call this the Choose Your Own Adventure pose because you guessed it, you get to go wherever you need or want. So whether that's forearms to the mat, a little bit deeper stretch, or maybe you want to add a twist today, bringing the right hand to the right thigh and then opening up and shining that light more towards the sky. And you breathe. And you listen to what your body is telling you here, and you adjust. There is no shame in backing out of the pose. Know what you need. But also don't be afraid to maybe go a little deeper. To maybe push past that point of comfortability and learn what it's like to live on the other side. That's where the magic happens, right? Take another breath wherever you are. Hold here. Slowly release, coming back to your palms. Take your time as you gently slide the hips back and straighten through your right leg. No big shape has to be made right here. Just let it feel good. Great. Bring it back forward. We're going to come into pigeon from here. So walk your right foot across the mat and drop your right knee so that it's outside of your right hip. So that when you check in, you're not coming straight from the hip. Your right knee is more towards the edge of your mat. Great. Go ahead and lower the hips down. And you can hang out here. If you want to go ahead and lower and sleep your pigeon, you're free to. Lowering all the way down. If you feel any extra sensation on your knee joint or your hip here, figure 4 is available on your back. This is a personal favorite of mine. It's just right ankle on top of the left thigh. So that one's always a great option instead of pigeon. So take a few breaths wherever you're at. We hold a lot of stress, a lot of tension in our hips, especially if we sit a lot during the day. So allowing the body to release at a slower or more gentle pace, using your breath as much as you need to go as deep as you need. Continuing to breathe. One more here. Great job. Return to your palms. If you've traveled anywhere else, tuck your left toes. Take your time. I want you to lift the right leg high behind you. Kick out through the right heel. Take a breath in and set the right foot down. Take it to the other side. Lift the left leg high. Come into runner's lunge. Left foot outside of the left hand. Go ahead and lower the right knee and untuck your right toe. Knee should be wider than your hip here, and the ankle should either be below your knee or maybe a little bit more forward. Just checking in for those alignment points. Choose your adventure wherever you'd like to go, whether that's the forearms or staying on palms. Because there are options doesn't mean you always have to take them. Breathe here. Breathe so deeply that you know that you're moving the breath through the spaces of the hips that feel a little tight. And it's taking that warmth from that fire to those spaces, allowing them to open up. Keep going. Keep shining. One more breath. Maybe you add the twist. Left hand comes to the top of the left thigh. Hold here for a few more moments. Great job. One more breath wherever you're at. Slowly release, come back to your palms. Take your time moving into pigeon from here, or if you want figure four, go ahead and roll over to your back. But walk your left foot across your mat if you want pigeon. And when you land, that left knee should be wider than your hip, meaning that your leg isn't coming straight forward from the hip. Yeah, your calf can be at about 45 or 90, really wherever it lands. Feel free to settle in by dropping to the forearms, or maybe your chest goes all the way to the earth. Here for a few moments. Maybe you take some time. Maybe the side feels a little different, so you adjust accordingly. But you stay here on your mat in this moment, in every breath as it comes and goes. Inhale, expand, fuel the fire. Exhale, release. Let it go. One more moment on this side. Nice job. Take your time, come back up onto your palms, tuck your right toes, move as slow or as quick as you need. There's no rush. The left leg will lift high behind you. Shake it out. Anything you need, you take. And then set it down. Come into downward facing dog. Take a breath in. And then lower down to your knees. Swing your legs around. And we're going to come into butterfly. So soles of the feet will come together. Knees will go out wide. You don't have to pull the feet as close to the hips as they want to go, but somewhere in between, not feeling anything and feeling all the things. And then the feet can splay slightly open. They don't have to be super glued together. Lift up through your heart. Come back up onto those sit bones we talked about earlier. Spine is long. Gently fold forward, hinging from your hips. You'll notice a point where you're probably not going to go any further at that moment. Hang out here. Meet yourself where you are today. Trust me, it's probably different than yesterday, and it most likely will be different tomorrow. And that's just how we are. We show up and we burn brightly. And we give it all that we have right here. And then we let it go. That's the real space where we find control, right? And letting go. Take a couple more breaths here. Melt as deeply as you'd like. Keep the hips rooted on the earth. Take an inhale. Exhale. Feel the release. Nice job. Slowly rise back up. Lift your heart. Draw the knees together and extend your legs long in front of you. When you extend the legs long, keep some space between the feet. So you should have the legs about hip distance apart. So there'll be a couple inches between your feet. Keep the toes to the sky. Bring your hands behind you, a little bit further back than where your shoulders were. And let the fingertips face towards your hips. Press down into your palms. Lift through your chest as you draw the shoulder blades together. And imagine that that light is shining brightly for the entire world to see. If you have the gift, you have the light, and it's time that you trust that you're ready to share. And you keep a little softness in the elbows so that the stretch comes back into the shoulders, and then you lift up a little bit more. Maybe you want to lower to a more traditional fish, bringing the forearms to the mat, the elbows underneath the shoulders. But you're finding a back bend here, finding that energy to keep going, to keep shining. Let the head fall back as much as you feel comfortable with. Take a few more breaths. One more big inhale here. Lift up, biggest back bend yet. Stay for the exhale. On your inhale, slowly lift your chin, knit the low ribs in, come back up to a seat. Take your time. Let the shoulders round forward and just take a minute to sit here. Breathe. Feel whatever just arose, and that pose melts through the body. Let it go. One more breath in. Breath out. Reach your arms straight forward. Bring your thumbs towards the sky, palms towards one another. Use your core as you slowly lower one vertebrae at a time. Come all the way down onto your mat. Keep your feet rooted into the earth and lay all the way down. Nice job. Take your time. Bring both knees into your chest. Anything you need here, take it. Maybe that's a roll side to side on the low spine. Releasing any tension that you're feeling. And keep your right knee close. Let your left leg go long on your mat. Draw the right knee towards your left shoulder, stretching into that piriformis. So the right hip may lift. Right there along the back side of the glute. Take a breath here. Maybe gaze to the right. And as practice slows down, it's pretty easy to start moving into the next thing that we're doing in life. But I ask that you stay here, that you commit to continuing to show up, even when the mind wants to do anything else. Draw your right knee wide outside of your right ribs, hug it in, and then flex your left toes back towards your face. Feel the stretch in the inseams of your legs. Big breath in and exhale. Release. Draw the left knee in to meet the right. Let the right leg go long. Bring the left knee in towards that right armpit. So again, you're stretching the back side of your left hip. You may need to lift the left hip off the earth just slightly so that you get a stretch to that left. You hug the leg here. Maybe you thank it for all the work it's done. Keep breathing. Keep fueling that inner fire. One more breath in. And then bring your left knee wide outside of your left rib. Flex your right toes back towards your face. Feel the stretch all the way up from your right heel into the left knee. And release. Bring your right knee in to meet your left. Let the knees fall over to the right side of your mat, landing in a gentle twist. And I encourage you to either tee out the arms or maybe goalpost the arms and look to your left. If you want a little more, let the right calf and leg rest on top of the left knee, adding a little bit of extra sensation. Continuing to let the breath move through your body. Feeling the buzz of the energy maybe in the palms of your hands or the soles of your feet. Take your time, come through center. Settle back up and then roll on over to the left side. Bring your knees to the left, hips stack. Take your gaze to the right. Feel the right side body expand. Feel the twist, release any last little bit of tension in the spine. Opening up, maybe adding a few spaces that light can shine through, even if they're just little cracks. One more breath on this side. And then bring it through center. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Then take your forearms and bring them to your shins. Take a moment here. Squeeze your knees into your chest and give yourself a hug as you thank yourself for showing up, for burning brightly and offering your light to the world. It's pretty easy to let any dust or just the dimming from others happen to our light. But when we trust that we have everything that we need to continue to shine brightly, you get to shine that light on others who need it so badly. On your next inhale, draw your forehead to your knees and your knees to your forehead and give yourself that big hug, that big bear hug that you need. Thank yourself once again. And then let it all go. The final resting pose, Shavasana. Let your arms and legs fall long. Take up as much space as you'd like. And just for today, bring your right hand to that space, that seat of your gut feeling, of that fire that you burn so brightly. And then let your left hand come on top of that. I want you once again to imagine that every breath you breathe adds a little something to your inner light. You are safe to let go, to surrender. Imagine that you feel the warmth of your own inner shine. That warmth like the sun on a cool fall day. It warms your skin and your soul. You can't help but feel that sensation all throughout your body. Knowing that everything on the other side of this class will still be there when you leave. Staying right here for just a few moments more. Everything that you need right here below your hand. Sometimes it may be as small as a spark, but know that it is still there. Ready for you to sprinkle your own talent and gifts and intuition so that it can burn a little brighter. And once it gets so bright, you can't help but start to crack open. And just like those sunbeams, your rays of light start to twinkle through. Maybe in between the fingers here, but they still shine out, making their way into the world. And you continue to breathe to fan the fire. Maybe you notice that the light wants to shine so brightly that you move the hands off of the belly, back off to the sides of the mat. You are enough. Simply being. No need to do or to process or to think. You just simply be. And that is enough. Because your light still shines. And without the need to move anything quite yet, slowly take a breath in through your nose and out. Start to make some small movements that feel good in your body. Maybe wiggling the fingers and the toes. Letting one ear fall heavy towards the earth, and then the other. Taking your time as you let your arms reach up over your head. Find that full body stretch. Point the toes, reach out through the fingers. Feel the expanse and all the spaces you've created. And then draw the knees into the chest. Take your time. Rolling over to whichever side is calling you today. No rush here. This is a moment of transition that's just important as every other pose in class. Bring your hand, place it over your heart space, and the space that we've talked about all of class. Feel the connection to your body. And remember that you always have that light to shine. Press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Eyes can stay heavy or closed as you make your way there. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Sit up nice and tall. Let's take a big breath in together. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. I want you to take a second and to think of something that makes that space in your body tingle with joy and happiness. It could be something, someone, someplace. And once you have it in your mind, I want you to take a big breath in of it. Let it feed you. Exhale. Take a second to notice how that feels in your body. How pure joy and happiness feels throughout your bones. Bring your thumbs up to the third eye, the space between your eyebrows. Start to bow forward, thanking yourself. I'm thanking you for showing up to this practice today, to continue to share your light with the world. Namaste, friends.